Hey everyone, it's me, Al, and I wanted to do this kiln opening because it's been a long time since I did a kiln opening. I got a show tomorrow, and I have some mugs in here, so let's get to it, right? So I want to explain a little bit about this kiln and how I fire it. So this is a gas-fired kiln, updraft. It's converted electric. So there's a burner in the bottom, and here, I'll show it to you. Burner in the bottom, down here, and then there's a hole up there in the top. And so you'll kind of see that when I lift the lid off here. But in the bottom shelf, fire cone 6 all the way dropped, so below 7. So I'm a cone off, half cone off about on each shelf. So to reach a 5 top, burn a hot bottom. So any glaze that comes in good, I put on the bottom, and the glazes that need a 5 are on the top. So I broke some rules on this one. I did not put a baffle shelf just underneath the hole. Sometimes you do that to keep the heat in, but I just simply wiped the lid so no crumbs would fall into the pots, and just placed pots on the top shelf and fired them out that way. So we'll see how that worked, and yeah, so let's get started. I'm gonna open up this hole here and then take off the hole plug right here and lift off the lid. And then I'll bring the camera up so that you can look inside here, and we'll see what we got. So right away, I can see that we did reach temperature by the way that that blue came up. This is Janet Holdcraft's Blue Dawn. I don't know if you can see in there or not. I'm gonna move this a different way. So there it is, and these are the pots. So I'm gonna set you all over here. And I'm going to find a way to pull these out of here so that you can see them. I had a kiln brick here somewhere. Totally unprepared. I'll let you look at the pots while I... Okay, here we are. Found it. So I'll set you up right here. So I do have a camera, you know what? Let me see if I can get that to my camera stand. Doesn't do very well. Not unless I go like that. Okay, anyways, so here's a nice blue mug. You can see that came up nice, top shelf, and some reduction. Usually this would be orange, but got a nice brown. This little vase here, I was kind of horsing around, and I left these lines. Somebody will buy that for a little flower pot maybe, but got some nice blues on the inside of that. You can see that. So this glaze here was a Janet Holdcraft's Blue Dawn hand mixed with a quarter pail of rutile in it. So I was being silly with the peeps on my page and did a dare. Should I mix these two glazes? So I had a quarter pail of rutile and a half a pail Janet Holdcraft's Blue Dawn, and it did lighten it up just a little bit, but not enough to say anything, because there's 5 grams per 100 grams of cobalt, which is quite a bit in that recipe. I could probably go down to 1 and be fine. So there it is. Got some nice blue. This green, same base, but this is some copper in it. Same base as the Janet Holdcraft's Blue Dawn that you can find on my website for free download if you want. Just type it in the search on the website. I use that as a base and for everything. So that's how I could mix those two glazes and know they'd be fine. And if you're working in a studio and you have a good clear base that is very dependable, you can just manipulate that by adding oxides for color changes, and you won't need to worry about mixing them and things going wrong if they accidentally do get mixed. So there's the green. I really like this color. With more oxidation, it shows up more green, but it goes earth tone. So this is a kind of a silly glaze. This glaze here is a scrap glaze from way back, and this glaze is probably like 10 years old in a pail, like accumulating, so I just mixed it up. And I got this brown. So I got 4 pieces of this. Now, peeps on my page, they really enjoy novelty items, right? So if I post these are fine. Like these are all fired to temp, and these will hold coffee. So I may just be silly and call these cow pie and cow pie glaze. They'll sell. They'll be the first gone. Just to be silly, right? So this is my cow pie glaze. So in order to fix this, I may just add some cobalt, send it dark, and so here you can see some separation where it goes thick. You can see that there on the rim. I'm not too worried about that as long as the clay body is vitrified, which it is. So we'll give them a discount, maybe call it cow pie, just be silly, sell them as some seconds. Some farmer will buy it, right? So I got another cow pie glaze here. It's kind of like brown. So you never know what you're going to get with glazes that you just scrap studio glazes. All right, shelf 2. So this shelf here I had all blues. Blues go great as a cone 5 in the center. And so I wanted to do up a bunch of milk cups. These are heavy milk cups, and you can see that blue inside there. Came up great. I don't know if you can really see it, or there it is. And so when you look down in there, you got some excellent, these are really heavy. These are for beer, keeps beer cold for quite a while if they're thrown a little bit heavier. So I got a bunch of these down in there. There's another one. Just look at that, how that feathers out like that. That Janet Holdcraft's Blue Dawn. You know, you can really get some nice stuff in there. So I'm trying to show it so the camera sees it. But anyways, something to try. So the peeps will be excited about these. Here's another blue mug. You can see down in there if I hold it in the right angle. But yeah, this looks lovely at cone 5. Five and a half, that is. So here's some of that. Here's some of that glaze. That is a mix of that rutile and blue, and it lightened it up just a little bit. You can see when it goes on thick right there. So I don't know if you can see down in there. Yeah, so that's a nice blue. So all these are going to be blue. It's another blue mug. So what I'll do is I'll just scan the camera around here. So some of these handles are kind of funky. So this is looking pretty nice when it goes on thick. So Gerstley borite glazes need to be the correct specific gravity. I run this at a 343.134 or 0.135. If it goes on too thick, you get separation. So there's that. So I try to put these little texture patterns on the side, make it look nice. So you get some nice blues in there. So this here I was just playing around, little test piece. I rolled out blue inside here, just see how it would go. Make a nice second or something. Another milk mug. These thick mugs, blue. You can see that shining in there. Yeah, there you go. And the sun hits it. So, this kiln took a long time to get the temp. I had to cover the top hole. And I'm using smaller shelves in here. I went from a 21 inch down to 15 to give it more breathing room, and I could still fit 10 mugs to a shelf, and so that's pretty decent. So I had to cover the hole a little bit more, and it came to temp, but it just took a little bit longer. I had to play a little bit with it. So when I use the larger shelves, I don't really need to play with it too much, but it keeps all the heat to the bottom. But I went with these smaller shelves. It seems to be breathing. You can feel the kiln just breathing better. So let's see what we got under here. So some more blues. This load was mostly blues and milk mugs, and rusty. So I got some rusty red, which is basically the Janet Holdcraft's Blue Dawn base with, I don't know, I think it's like 12% RIO, red iron oxide, and gets a nice rust color. So I got a bunch of those, and of course more blues. So the other kiln has some greens in it. Here's a nice blue. So this came out. You can see down in there. So what I'll do is just take the camera and scan it. So this fires really nice at cone a high 6. So this bottom was a high 6. Top was a 5. Middle was a 5. I mean 5.5. And then the top was a 5. So this here, I just kept it a little bit bare. I had a problem with this right here, so you can see how thin that glaze went on some of these. That's just from a high bisque, and the glaze, it just rolls right off it, so you need to dunk it a few times, but I didn't do that with this. So it'll be a nice second for somebody. But what I got here is perfectly fine to start the show with. So you got some nice blues in there. So that's it, friends. I got a visitor coming, so I need to talk to him. So take care and be well, and have a great day.